This is George Ventura reporting live here for the Daily Caller. We are at the Emancipation Memorial here in DC. A group of Black Lives Matter protesters are looking to take down this statue. So we are here providing you guys live updates of the scene. Right behind me there is a heavy police presence.
You want to reform? You want to do it peacefully? You want to go through the system? We get it. We understand it. We understand what you want. Yes, I do. I'm going to speak to you right now, Karen. Yes, I do understand what you want. No justice, no peace. You spoke it. You had your time in your platform. Your time in your platform is over, Karen. Yes, no justice, no peace. No justice. Now. Justice.
Education.
Now. Thank you.
We don't Germany, they hid history.
You're using your white proximity to power to grandstand. You're using your proximity to power as a white woman to grandstand. This is that's beautiful. I'm a neighbor too. Your time is done.
Address?
I don't need to
complicit in the racism, complicit in the prejudice and the disenfranchisement and the disempowerment of Black people. We are in a neighborhood that before the Civil War was filled of predominantly Black people. And this neighborhood was gentrified and kicked out all the Black people. Yes. So this land is not your land, white people. You cannot tell me if I can't take this statue down. You can't tell me that.
To folks who are defending the statue, what's your message to them?
Some have the power to keep statues up, and some of us have the power to tear those shits down. That's my message.
What is the reason you want to bring it down, sir?
This particular statue?
Yes, sir.
Look how paternalistic. Look how debasing that is. As if we kneel to a white man to be grateful and gracious that he bestowed freedom upon us. That's the bullshit narrative that has kept us in this subservient spot, mentally and psychologically. Lincoln only did it because it was politically expedient for him to do it. And in fact, the fact that we were freed saved the Union because of Black troops. He used us, just like we're always getting used. We can tell the truth about it. It's only been almost 200 years. Hey, he made a political decision. And now we're supposed to be beholden to him and beholden to this white supremacy system. Not anymore.
Facing something as such as virtue signaling from our government. We face an area where our mayor, instead of defunding the police, responds by pacing the street and calling it Black Lives Matter Plaza. What is that going to do for us? Nothing. She responds by saying, okay, I'm with you guys. But instead, make sure that our children are one of the most illiterate in the nation.
Discussion, and there's a process, and we can certainly find another place for this. I would suggest a place, we have Lincoln's Cottage, but I think as far as history, we shouldn't hide it. So I'm open to hearing, how this feels. I've talked to my neighbors and friends of different, colors to say, does this bother you? What do you think? I hadn't thought about it before. I just lived here for 20 years. And thought it was educational because we do have busloads of that come in here and they talk about it. And sometimes history is uncomfortable. But having lived in Germany, they dismantled their concentration camps. The young people weren't told how ugly they were, and they were mad when they were finding out about it on the 50th commemoration of World War II. So I just don't want us to just hide things that are uncomfortable.
One thing I actually heard you say, ma'am, before they cut you off from speaking is you kept saying that the Germans erased their history. Can you just talk about that a little bit more?
Right. Well, I was actually in Germany in 1995 as the 50th commemoration of World War II. I was there as a U.S. diplomat and attended a lot of events. I learned a lot about it and I listened. And I was hearing this rumbling that the young people weren't, they didn't know about a lot of this. I mean, there are people born after 1989 They didn't understand about the wall. They didn't understand how bad their people were. So sometimes you have to see that some history is ugly. And if you don't learn from it, you could be, you could repeat it. So sometimes it's good to learn. And, yeah, we have a nice statue of Lincoln down the mall, and he's sitting right nice and pretty on his chair. But I saw this as him taking action. See, I saw this as a celebration, overcoming something bad, and that he had to stand up and be hated by a lot of people, but he was strong. He was even killed for it. So I saw this, but then I don't see it the same way as some who may feel oppressed. So I'm open to, hearing that. And there's a process. We could, have a town hall at Eleanor Holmes Norton and say, what do you think? Should we move it? And I'm open for even moving the Mary McLeod Bethune statue and putting President Obama on there. To say, here's where we started, this is where we got to. Isn't that great? And to turn it into a celebration park, as opposed to just mob mentality, do what we say kind of thing. That's not how we should be doing stuff. We should have a discussion and bring it up to, this is a federal park, so it would have to go through Congress, any changes here. So that's why we need Eleanor Holmes Norton.